Now let's implement the other methods inside cart repository. First one is clear cart. Here what we will do is we will retrieve the cart header from DB based on the user ID. So we'll say _db.cartheaders.first.default async, and we'll say u goes to u.userid is equal to the user ID. So first we will retrieve the header, then we will check here if that is null or not. So if cart header from DB is not equal to null, then we can remove the cart header and the details. So first we can remove _db.cartDetails.remove range, because there can be more than one items that are added to the shopping cart. Let's retrieve all of those. So cart details.where, and we'll say u goes to u.cartHeaderID is equal to cart header from DB dot the cart header ID. Once we remove that, let me add this in a new line so we can read this. Once we remove that, we will remove the cart header as well. With cart header, we just need remove because it's just one object, cart header from DB, and we will save the changes. Once everything is done, we will return true. In the else part, we will return false. So our clear cart looks good. Next one is get cart by user ID. If we go to the top, we can just copy this await code right here. Because we have to retrieve the cart by user ID, we will create a cart object. Here we'll populate the cart header, paste the code, and then we have to populate the cart details. So cart.cartDetails is equal to _db.cartDetails.where u goes to u.headerID must match the one that we have inside the cart header. It should be double equal to, but that should populate the cart details. Now inside cart details, if you examine, let me show that. Right here, press F12 and examine the cart details. We also have a product. So we can retrieve that and include it as well. So right here, I can say .include, and we'll say u goes to u.product. That will make sure that the product details are also populated inside our cart object. Finally, we have to map it. So we'll say return _mapper.map. We want to convert it to a cart DTO, and we'll pass our cart object. Last method that we have is if we have to remove one cart details. We will be getting the cart details ID, so we can retrieve the cart details from database. So cart details is equal to await _db.cartDetails.first.default async. U goes to u.cartDetailsID is equal to the ID that we receive in parameter. Let me break this down. When we remove one item from the shopping cart, it's good to know are there any other items in the shopping cart as well. If that is the only item, then we should also remove the cart header. So we'll have an integer and we'll say total count of cart items, and this will be equal to _db.cartDetails.where, and we'll say u goes to u.cartHeaderID is equal to cartDetails.cartHeaderID. That will retrieve all of the items for that cart header ID. On that we want to call count. Let me break this as well. Then we will remove the cart details first. So _db.cartDetails.remove, and we will remove the cart details. After that, we will check if total count is equal to 1. This will be 1 right now because even though we have removed, we have not saved the database and we already retrieved the count before that. So if the total count was 1, that means that was the last product in the shopping cart. So we will have to retrieve the header and we will remove that. So we'll say variable cart header to remove is equal to await underscore db dot cart headers dot first dot default async, and we will find that based on the cart header ID is equal to cart details dot cart header ID. Let me break this out, and perfect. So with this we'll say underscore db dot cart headers dot remove, and we'll remove the cart header. Finally we will save the changes. So await underscore db dot save changes async. Once everything is done, we will return true. Now for all of the methods, I would highly recommend adding a try-catch block like this. And if there is any exception, return false, and you can also log the error. So with this, we have implemented all of the methods in our repository. Let's save this and let's continue in the next video.